You'd think lives measured in money could buy anything. Turns out they can't buy miracles. So picture this. A hospital room hushed so thick you could cut it with a scalpel, tubes humming, monitors blinking, and on the bed rests 9-year-old Lily Carter, daughter of construction foreman Jake Carter, comatose for a week after a sudden collapse. 7 days of urgent definitions, acute cerebral shutdown, idiopathic coma, and no one dared promise she'd wake up. Her pulse was steady but shallow, and the specialists? They shrugged. She might, they said, and she might not. Jake Carter? He'd built skyscrapers from the ground up, lifted steel beams like they were feathers, and poured guts into every foundation. But no wrench, no blueprint, no crowbar could wrench his daughter back to consciousness. He read her bedtime stories through spit and polished silence, played lullabies on his phone, whispered promises of vacations she'd never get to enjoy. He whispered apologies. He'd been at work that morning, late on an urgent job, and prayed the work boots on his feet could somehow step between here and heaven. Then on Thursday afternoon, as Jake sat slumped against sterile walls, in walks Devin Price, young tech billionaire, hospital board member, rumored to measure humanity in lines of code. He swaggers in with a grin and more PR handlers than hope. "Mr. Carter," he says, "I can fix this. Top neurosurgeons flown in, AI brain mapping, experimental neurotech, all on his dime. We'll turn her shutdown into a bootloader sequence," he laughs. Jake looked from Price's designer loafers to his daughter's pale fingers and thought, "You're full of it." Price shrugged. "Science is stronger than sentiment." Then he left, codename Project Revive, flashing behind him. 3 days of robots humming useless algorithms. Zero progress. Specialists tiptoed out with curt goodbyes, shame-white robes and bulging fee slips that on Sunday night. Jake, exhausted, desperate, told her about Venus because his daughter loved the stars. Then the night nurse knocks. "Someone's here." "A boy." He says he can help. Jake's head pulses. "A boy." He peers around the corner. There, on a scuffed bench, sits a kid, maybe 11, hoodie 2 sizes too big, no shoes, eyes calm, like he's been waiting his whole life for this moment. The boy stands. "Your daughter," he says. "She's listening. I can wake her up." Jake laughs, bitter, hollow. "Kid, you're on the wrong floor." But the kid's eyes don't flicker. Sometimes it takes someone small to remind people of big things. "She needs your truth." "Truth?" "Kid, I've told every truth. Nurses call me devoted. Doctors call me delusional." The boy steps forward. "She's out there. She just doesn't know if it's safe to come back. She needs your heart, your apology, your real voice." Jake's throat seizes. He knows. He'd been safe for years building, providing, staying strong, but he'd never thought he needed to show fear, regret, love. He closes his eyes, leans by Lily's bed, and confesses the unsayable. "Baby, I missed you. I was at work. I thought I could fix things with money. I'm so sorry I wasn't here when you needed me." Tears fall onto her blanket. He chokes, voice ragged. The heart monitor beeps, once faster. The nurse gasps. The boy whispers, "She's listening now." Jake bolts upright. "Who are you?" The boy smiles. "They call me Ash. I'll come back if she needs me." And like shadows at dawn, he's gone. At 6:02 a.m., Lily's finger twitches. Call it spontaneous neural reintegration. Call it divine intervention. No medical script covers that. But Jake calls it grace. Next day morning, hallway cameras show no child, but room 412? Lily's hand grasps for Jake's. Alive, sure, impossible. Pediatric head Dr. Nguyen flips through charts. No drug, no surgery, nothing changed the protocol. The new nurse shrugs. It's a miracle or a glitch in the matrix. Jake writes each detail in a spiral notebook. Songs, confessions, truths he'd buried. He records bedtime stories in that voice Lily loved most. 2 weeks later, Lily's home, her cheeks rosy, laughter soft. When doctors ask for explanations, Jake says, "We call it hope." But the story doesn't end there. Jake found a scrap of paper taped to Lily's window. Tiny scrawl. Asterisk. When the world sleeps, sing your truth. Asterisk signed Ash. He showed it to Lily, her eyes lit with wonder. He's still watching, she said. Jake launched Voices at Dawn, a free arts center for kids who've seen the worst of life, teaching them to speak, sing, draw their pain into hope. The slogan, where silence ends and healing begins. So Ash's gift multiplied. Over 10,000 letters arrived from foster homes, war zones, ICU beds, each ending. Asterisk. I thought I was lost, now I know I'm not finished yet. Asterisk. On the one-year anniversary of her awakening, Lily took the mic at Voices at Dawn's gala. She sang Ash's lullaby, her clear voice weaving through the hall. Behind her, a boy in a frayed hoodie perched on a stool, playing soft on a battered guitar. No shoes, dust smudged, eyes brave, whispers rippled. Asterisk. Is that him? Asterisk. As the final chord rang, the boy gave Lily a nod and slipped away. No fanfare, no reveal, just a line of footprints fading into streetlight. Jake and Lily looked at each other. Miracles don't always thunder in. Sometimes they slip in barefoot, carry words that heal, and vanish into dawn. So here's my question. When you're at life's edge, who would you listen to? The experts with their charts or the barefoot kid whispering? You're not lost. You're just not finished yet. Comment experts if you trust science first, or heart if you believe some truths only soul can teach. Let's talk about who really wakes us up.